All right, good morning. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of March. Hopefully today you're going to spend the entire class period working on the chapters 4 and 5 Murach JavaScript test. I'm going to go over the test right now for the next 10 or so minutes. I did this yesterday, but I'm just doing it in case anybody wanted to tune in live today. The test is due by midnight tomorrow night, Thursday, the 23rd. During the regular class period tomorrow, I will be lecturing on JavaScript Chapter 6, which is the Document Object Model, or the DOM, and Chapter 7, which is on images and timers. All right. This Friday will be a lab day with no taping done. Again, for things to remember here, the Chapters 4 and 5 hands-on test is due by midnight tomorrow, Thursday, 3/23. Your JavaScript chapters 4 and 5 written tests, labs, and homework are due by midnight Sunday, 3/26. And your JavaScript chapters 6 and 7 written tests, labs, and homework will be due by midnight April 2nd. All right, so with that said, let's take a quick look. We'll go in and take a quick look at the test. All right, so for this test, you are to create a fully responsive 4-page website. I have got it done. I shouldn't even say I've got it done. I've created all 4 pages. 3 of them work and even are responsive. And in fact, all 4 I think are responsive, but I didn't finish the last page yet. But let's take a quick look in here. So create a fully responsive 4-page website regarding the rock, paper, scissors game, RPS. Now you can look that up online and you can find all sorts of information. You can find images, you can find the history of the game, you can find all sorts of stuff. I want this to be a responsive website, so you choose the responsiveness method. In other words, you can have just media queries, or you can have Flexbox, or you can have grid, or some combination thereof. As it says there, add navigation so that you are allowed to go from one page to another page. All right. So again, 4 pages. The first page is the home page. At a minimum, it should have some kind of a rock, paper, scissors image. If you want, you can put some text underneath it. You don't have to. That page is worth 15 points. 5 points for setting it up the way that you were just basically told to for the formatting. 5 points for making it responsive. And 5 points to follow all of the requirements. All right, then the second page will be an about page. Now you are in charge kind of what you put in here. What do I mean? Well, at a minimum, you should have, this is going to be a textual page, this about page. You can have things like the rules for rock, paper, scissors, the history of rock, paper, scissors. If you're interested, you can even go out and embed a YouTube video in there, because believe it or not, there is a rock, paper, scissors championship, and there are different YouTube videos that you can go out and find for that. And again, 5 points for the formatting, 5 points for the responsiveness, 5 points for following the requirements. Page 3 is where, as they say, the rubber meets the road, because what is in there is the actual rock, paper, scissors game. You are to play against the computer. I have got mine, and what I will do is once everyone has taken the test, which may not be till the weekend, because I've got a couple people who are behind for various reasons. But once everybody has taken the test, I'll show you what I did. All right. And as it says, again, you are to play against the computer. You make up the GUI. I could give you a lot of hints. I'm not giving you any hints because I want this to be your site. My hope is that when you get all done with it, and we may make modifications on it later, I don't know, but once you're all finished with it, it will become part of your electronic portfolio. All right, either you have to go before the computer does, or if the computer goes first, you have to hide the computer's choice until you go. Otherwise, it'd be possible for you to cheat and win every game. That really wouldn't be the idea behind this. All right, set it up so you can play multiple games of rock, paper, scissors. Create 3 accumulators, one that keeps track of how many you win, one that keeps track of how many the computer wins, and 1 for the number of tie games. You'll notice that the breakdown here is different. Again, it's 5 points for the formatting and 5 for the responsiveness. It's 10 points for the quality of the GUI that you create and 35 points for making this work. Finally, page 4, as it says, will be a contact page. So you should add a form that asks a person for 8 pieces of information. Those pieces being first name, last name, address, city, state, zip code, email address, and cell phone number. Assume that all 8 fields are mandatory. Feel free to include HTML validation, such as for the email address, all right, set the type rather than setting the type equal to text, set the type equal to email. All right, there's not going to be a lot of other stuff you're going to be able to do with regular HTML validation, but there is some. You can look up that HTML5 pattern.com site that I showed you earlier. All right, and you can just Google form validation using HTML. You can Google that for W3 schools. Again, 5 points there for the formatting, 5 points for the responsiveness, 5 points for following all these requirements. All right. You should have, everybody who has taken the chapters 1 through 3 test, that's just about everybody in the class. I should have everything that you have done up through yesterday should be graded. The grade book should be up to date, and you should be able to go out and take a look at it. And if you have questions, concerns, or you want to disagree with me on anything, that's fine. Just let me know. So again, yesterday was a lab. Today is dedicated to you working on the test. Tomorrow, as mentioned, I'm going to be going over the Murach Chapter 6 and Chapter 7. That's going to be our DOM stuff. All right. Friday will be a lab period. Now, chances are pretty good, at least, that next Monday, what I'll do, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this, but we may end up, I may end up creating another pre-test and then go over that with you on Monday. I don't know. If we do that on Monday, then Tuesday may end up being our next test. I don't know. I'm more leaning towards like Wednesday being the next test or even Thursday of next week, but we'll see how that works. All right. Again, the test is due. Call it something like JS Hot number 2 or whatever. And this second JavaScript test, the repo is due by midnight tomorrow, Thursday, 3/23/2023. All right. I will be online for the entire period today. Please feel free to email me if you have questions, or if need be, we can even set up a quick Teams meeting. Other than that, like I said, you'll probably find it in your best interest that if you can, to go back and read at least chapter 6. All right, chapter 7 isn't so bad, but chapter 6 is around, I'm not saying it's the hardest chapter in the book. It may be. All right. Okay, so I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day. Thanks.